Okay, so hello everyone. I am Baban from IT Patna. Today we'll discuss about week 4. So mainly it will be about lists, and today we'll do it slightly differently. At first, I'll discuss some 2 3 programming questions, and after that we'll go to the MCQs or like numerical questions. So I load for 2 minutes before starting the session. All right, let me start the session. So basically, today we'll be talking about mostly lists. So there are actually three type of copy operation for list. One is like assignment operation. Another one is like like normal copy, and another one is shallow copy and deep copy. So we'll discuss this. These three are a little bit tricky, but not really that much complicated. So I will go through them one by one by example. Obviously, these has already been covered in the lectures. Uh, okay, so let me at first try to bring out a Jupyter notebook. Then I will show you some codes, sample codes. Then I will ask you about. Uh, so we'll ask some questions about the like code about coding. All right, so this is like quick code. Okay, all right. So in Python, suppose this is a list, maybe a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, some number. So this is a list in Python. Uh, Now, what we'll cover in this session is that suppose we copy a list, okay? Maybe I do something like this, and b equal to a, or maybe b equal to a, copy all the elements. This is another way. There is one library called copy, import copy, b equal to a dot, like copy a, okay, copy a, copy dot copy a. So then there is something called deep copy. So I'll come into that, but I'll come to this is just a little bit later on. Okay, so let me get started with this three categories. One is assignment. Okay, so suppose I have a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let me do b equal to a. All right. Now if I print b, it will print like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, same exactly. Uh, but what exactly is happening behind the scene? Let me show you that. Let me draw it. So basically what is happening here is that suppose we have something called, let me represent some memory. Uh, Say this is something, it is present within the RAM of the system. And let's say we have a list called A, okay? And A is pointed to, maybe suppose one is stored here, two is stored here, three is stored here, four, five, right? So these five are the elements. So in case of, if we do like, suppose in case of A, they actually contain a location for each of the elements within the list. So this contains, let's say, some kind of pointer, like this uh, corresponds to element A, one first element, second element, and so on. Okay. All right. And this is the A actually. A is points to the whole thing. A points to the whole thing, and each of them points to this kind of thing. So when you do B is equal to A, what happens is that B actually just points to this thing, same thing. Okay. B is equal to A. So every change that we make here, so suppose if we do, maybe if I change this value to 6, same will be reflected to B as well. Like, let me say I'm doing B of 4 is equal to, instead of 5, I'm giving 6. All right. So now if I try to print, this is 4. Now if I try to print like A, even then I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So let me try to do this. B equal to I have done. Now let's say B of 4 is equal to, I'm doing 6. Now let me print A. You see that even though I haven't changed the A, I changed the B, and since they point to the same thing, uh, even when I'm printing A, it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 only. Same for B, all like obviously be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So this is called assignment. Okay, you can see this by equal to sign. So this is assignment operation, and in this case, like whole thing, whole variable, uh, this gets like assigned, like the new variable points to the old list only. All right. So any change you make, it will get reflected in both the variables. So this is one thing. Then second one is that uh, a dot copy, or a followed by like uh, like colon within the square bracket. So they both do the same thing. So it is like, let's say import of that. Let's say let me take another variable, c is equal to b dot copy. Okay. So this has been copied. Now one interesting thing, it is slightly different from this one. So what happens is that it creates a copy of this part. Okay, this part. It creates a copy of this part. So now we have another thing. So let's say we have another item here. So this is low level details. You don't need to worry about this in the exams, but I'm just showing you for your better understanding. All right. So and they, for now, they point to the same thing. Like this is also being copied. Okay. So this is copied. Only this part is copied, not those parts. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing of that is copied. So whatever is there, like let's say black, this one. So again, this is still pointing to that one. Okay. This is also pointing to the that one. All right. So and this is the like simple copy operation. And what happens? Let's say, suppose I'm changing something like suppose I'm changing some value. Like let's say, let me do again B of 4 or C of 4. Okay. Now what will happen? Let's say C of 4, I'm giving it as a C of 4 equal to maybe 9. All right. So in this case, what will happen is that uh, it is pointing to the old value C of 4. But now, if I'm giving 9, it will create another item in the memory called 9. It will remove this link and it will point to this one. Okay. So now if I try to print, it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. So 9 for C, but it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for B or for A. So let me try to show that uh, uh, B equal to something, sorry, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have made A dot copy and then C of 4 is equal to, I'm saying it is 9. Then let me print A, let me print C. Okay, let me print A as well. See, A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Similarly, instead of A dot copy, if you give this on, then also you'll get the same result. All right. So this is another version of the copy. But another thing is that suppose, okay, I'll come to that later on. Let me get to the third part. So this is called a deep copy. So in case of deep copy, what happens is that entire thing gets copied. Okay. So any changes you make here in the C, it will happen in the C only. So let me show the difference as well. So let's say in this case, you have a instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are like just numbers. Let's say you have a list within a list. Okay. So let me show this right now. Let me copy this one. Let's say this is the A. Okay. This is the list called A, and within that there is another list. Let's say with 3 elements maybe. Okay, so this is pointing to this part, this whole thing. Okay, and maybe this is pointing to another 3 part, or maybe 2 because list doesn't have any strict requirement. So let's say this is 2. All right. So suppose I am doing a let's say I'm also doing this one. B equal to A dot copy. So if I write like this, and then if I write B of 0 is equal to maybe 99. Okay. So since it is a primitive means it doesn't contain an object, it contains like string or float or integer. In that case, what will happen? It will allocate a new item like 99, let's say. Okay. And it will delete this link, and it will point to this. So this is for primitive, like string, integer, float, this kind of things. But suppose I want to assign within some value. Okay, so let's say I'm assigning that for B 0. So first element within that the first element. Now within that you should go assign 99. Let's say here. So A is this, and I am saying B equal to A dot copy. So I have another variant here. Okay, another copy of this we have here uh, initially. All right. Then what I'm saying is that it also points to this one. All right. And this points to this one only. Now what I'm saying is that uh, in the first element, okay, which is this part. So I'm saying that go to that object which is here. Okay. Then I'm saying change the first element, whatever value it was there. Like say it was maybe whatever value. I'm saying that change this value to 99. Okay. So now what happens? If I print A, then even though I'm not changing A here, what will happen? It will print 99 here because the inner elements are the same only. Inner element is used by A and B both. So to avoid this situation, if I want to ensure that none of the things are getting changed, then I have to use deep copy. So in that case, everything here will get changed, and any change I make here will not get reflected here. Okay, so there will be some MCQs here as well. So it is all right if you didn't understand this for now. It will be more clear with some examples. But okay, let me also. I think I have already discussed this one just right now. So let me skip this and let me go to some coding question. After that, I'll come back to the MCQ ones. So in this case, what is happening here is that there is a input list. For example, in the first test case, there is 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and after that, uh, there is like uh, three. You need to write three functions. One is save first. So at first, please try to write the save first. Assume that you are given a list which is named as L, and write a statement which will return the first element of the list. And if it is if it is empty, so even if there is no element at all, it should return none. So please write the code in the okay, let me zoom in. Okay, it might be very short here. Let me display it from the NPTEL portal only. Okay, all right. So this is the program. This is the question of which we want the answers. But it so basically you just have to create a function called save first, where the arguments are list, and you have to return the first element. And if there is no element at all, you just have to return none. For example, in this case, 5, 6, 7, 8, the first element will be 5. But if there is some empty list, it should be none. So my screen is visible, right? Yeah. So any answer for this question? Just a simple answer. It can be done in one line, I guess. Is my voice clear? All right. Okay, so let me start coding this. So basically the requirement is that I have to create a function called save first, where I'll be passing a list. So something like this, save first, and there will be a list, and I have to do something. And after that, I will call the function like this, save first. Maybe if it is 1, 2, 3, then it should return 1. If it is like empty, then it should return none. So what should I write here? Okay, so one is that okay, someone is writing print L of 0. Okay, but you should know that there is some edge case, like when it is length is 0. In that case, it should return none. Okay, so it is pretty simple actually. So basically, we'll just first check if length of L is equal to 0, then we just return none. Otherwise, we just return L of 0. Okay, so in this case, the answer is 1. In the next case, maybe if I give some empty element, then it should return none. So it is printing it. Yeah, it is printing none. Okay, so this is the question. Then let me go to the next part. Same thing, but it should be safe last. So what should be printed? Like what changes do I need to make here? One minor change. Save first. Here it should be save last. Uh, what change do I need to make it last instead of first? Yeah, you are right. So instead of there is no need to change it here. Just L minus 1. So if we give save last of 1, 2, 3, it should give 3, and otherwise save last of empty, it should give none. Okay, so now little bit slightly complicated. Uh, so set middle. So it should contain all elements. Like it should return all the elements other than the first and last. So we need to do some slicing. Also, it has if it is has like less than 2 elements, then you should return empty. If the list is empty, then return none. So there are 3 different conditions. In exam, there will be no coding questions. Uh, Like you'll not be asked to code anything, but there might be some code, and you might be asked to predict its behavior or predict the output or things like that will be there. All right. So one answer I got here is L from 1 to OK. So that is one condition. If it is greater than, if it contains more than two elements. But there are some other conditions as well. So let me quote that here. So depth, step, middle. Okay, and here first condition is same. If length of L is equal to 0, then return none. Now, second condition is that here another condition is that if it has one or two element, then return an empty list. So if length of L is less than or equal to 2, then return an empty list, which is this one. And then finally, if these two conditions are false, that means it by default has three or more elements. So in that case, some user has written, some student has written 1 up to -1. So let me give this return L 1 up to -1. All right. Then let me define step middle. So you see, in case of this, at first it is starting from element 1, so starting from 2, and it is ending before the last element. Last element is -1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the correct answer. So this is how you code the programs. Then let me go to the next coding question. All right. So basically you will be given, like you have to write a function called is perfect, and in is the argument. So in is a number. So what is a perfect number? Suppose let's say I have, let me take an example, 10. What are the factors of 10? Factor of the tens are like 1. Like it can be divided by 1, it can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 5. Also, like 10 will not be considered. Okay, that we should exclude 10. The number itself is excluded. So suppose 1, 2, and 5, these three are the factors. So if we sum these three numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 5, what is it? 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. So the question is that summation is equal to the number. If it is equal, then it is called perfect number, otherwise it's not perfect number. So let's say, for example, here 6. 6 has 1, 2, 3. These three are the divisibles of 6. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6 only. So in that case, it is called perfect number. Okay. So basically, you have to write a function uh, which is perfect. Like it should return true or false. So please try to code this. Let me copy the problem statement here. Okay, so write a program. And perfect number is if it is if the sum of its divisors is equal to n, that is the criteria, and n itself is not counted in this in the like divisors. Recording of the class will be available I equal to 1. So write this function and drop the solution in the comments. Sushma, I have allowed your microphone. You can unmute. Okay, I got one solution in the comments. Any other solution? All right, so this solution is try this. So let me say sum as total. Total is equal to 0 initially. Now I have to go through all the possible elements. Suppose n is equal to 100. So I'll go through maybe 1 to 99 and check if any of them is divisible. Like if I can divide 100 with any of them, if we can divide that, then I'll just add this to the total. And at the end, if I'll just check if total is equal to that actual number. So for I in range uh, 1 to n, so it will go through 1 to 99 for n equal to 100. So automatically it will be like 1 n minus 1. Then if n percentage modulo in modulo I is equal to 0, then total plus equal to I. So at the end we have to check if uh, total is equal to n. So if it is equal, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. All right, so this is the code. Now let me call this is perfect. Is perfect of 6 should be true. Is perfect of 10 should be false. Let me see some other test cases as well. 496 is true. 496 is true. And also, all right. So this is one thing. Now, the question is that suppose in this case, it goes up to 1. So suppose n is a very large number, let's say 10 lakhs, okay? N is 10 lakhs. So what this program will do is that it will run this loop like 1 lakh times, right? So is there any way to make it more efficient? Like I don't want to run these many for loops. So any way to simplify this, like not simplify this, make it more efficient, like with more like less for loops, like it should run for less number of iterations. Is there any way to do that? Okay, so I'm getting least comprehension can be implemented in divided by 2. Okay, are you sure it is divided by? How can a least comprehension be used here? Can you briefly explain? So if I try to run this loop for n divided by 2, even in that case, if n is 1 lakh, it will run for 50,000 times. That is better, but not really a very, efficient. So let me give you a hint. It involves making a square root. So uh, see, for example, for 100 is, let's say 100 is the number. Okay. So I can run this loop from 1 to 10, and on that only I can decide which elements to take. So let me just say that, uh, let me import this. There is a function called square root. Okay, so it will take square root of n. Now try to modify this one. Okay. So suppose I'm running from 1 to 10. Then how will I get the divisors? Like, let's say if I consider 100, it is also divisible by 50. It is also divisible by 20. So if I run up to 1 to 10, how can I get those numbers as well? Let me check the square root ones at least. I think it will give. Yeah, fine. All right. So any solution? I'll give you another minute before solving this. So try to think carefully. Like suppose if I'm running iteration from 1 to 10, how will I get the other differences which are greater than 10? So the solution is pretty simple. Suppose I'm checking 1 to 100. Okay. Uh, 1 I'm skipping because all the numbers are divisible by 1. From 2, like suppose I'm checking that 100 divided by 2, like I'm dividing 100 by 2, and it is like remainder is 0. So it is like divisible. Then I can also do 100 divided by 2. What is the number? 50. So it will be divisible by 50 as well. Okay. So for 2, I can when I'm doing I equal to 2, I can also consider I equal to 50. Then for again 3, it is not divisible. Then that means it is gone. 4 is it is divisible. Like then I can also take 25. So let me try to implement this one. So at first, if n is greater than or equal to 1, then total is plus equal to 1. Right? So I'll not consider 1 here. If it is greater than n, like if it is like 1 or greater than that, then I'm by default assuming that it will be divisible by 1. Divisible by 1. Then I'll start from 2 to square root of n. Okay, so for 100, it will be like uh, uh, square square root of n plus 1, because I like suppose for 100, I have to go till uh, you know like I have to give 11 here. 100 square root of 100 is 10, so I have to give 11 here so that the loop will run till 10. All right, so for 2 to 10, what all you do is that if in percentage I, if it is divisible, then total is plus equal to I, and also uh, if I is not equal to, okay, let me come into that just a little bit later. Another thing is that if total is plus equal to I and total is also plus equal to uh, n divided by I. So for example, let me also print those values here. Uh, if I equal to E and uh, other divisor equal to, right. So let me give it like is perfect. Maybe I'm giving 100. All right. So what is happening here is that I have already considered a total plus equal to 1 here. Now it is going like I equal to 2 and other divisor is 50. Okay. I is equal to 4 and other divisor is 25. Now the question is that is there anything wrong in the solution? Can you identify anything wrong? Like it might not give correct answer in some cases. And nothing wrong in this solution. Are you sure? I think something is wrong. Not taking in between numbers means what? Like I'm taking all the in between numbers, right? So let's say let's say for the example 100. Okay, so what is happening here? Let me give it like this 100. So initially 1 was added, then 2 is getting added and 50. Okay, 4 is getting added and 25. It is fine. 5 is getting added and 20. It is also fine. But at the end, what do you see? 10 is getting added, but again 10 is getting added another time. So 10 is getting added 2 times, but that is not really the case. Like that should not be the case, because in this question I'm saying like the divisibles, right? So one number should only come once. Like 10 is dividing the number 100, but since I'm counting the divisors, why should I count 10 twice? I should count 10 once only. So what should be the condition to fix this? Like so that like this kind of situation does not arise. I have to write something here. If what should I write here? So basically, we just have to write a like condition that if this number is also equal to that number, then just don't count it. So I'll just give that if I is not equal to n divided by I, then only you should count this, otherwise you don't count it. Okay. So now it is fine. So it is not printing here. So let me again go through the test cases. 28, 1, 496. 28, 496 should also be true. 100 should 10 should be false. Yeah. So this is the program. Now let me go to the next question. All right. So basically, you have to write a function called has duplicates, and it'll be given a list, and it should return true if there is some duplicate. Maybe there is like 5 2 times in the list, and if all the elements are unique, and then uh, it should return like false. So let me, for example, 9879 in this case, 9 is appearing 2 times, so there is duplicate. So the answer is true. Here there is no duplicate, so answer is false. Even for strings, A is there 2 times, so it is true. All right. So please try to code this function. If there is a duplicate, then it should say true. Otherwise, it should say false. Okay, this is the problem statement. You have to implement has duplicates, which will return true if there is a duplicate element, otherwise it should return false. I'll come to the previous question after we are done with this question. Okay, so let me slowly try to implement this. Uh, Define has duplicates L, and basically you will be given something like maybe 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, maybe 4 again. There might be some duplicates, there might not be. So one straightforward way is that to use, you know, run a one very straightforward is that just using internal functions, like there is something called set in Python. Uh, but I want to use do it using for loop. So let's say I have to iterate through all the elements in the array, okay, in the list for uh, I in range len of L or j in range len of L. Uh, let's say duplicate found is false. Now, what should be the condition actually? If uh, if L of I is equal to L of j, that means we have found a duplicate, correct? And at the end, let me just return that. But is it really a is it really correct? I don't think so. Can anyone check and tell me if it is correct? Like, don't run it. Try to guess if anything is wrong in this code. I equal to j condition. Okay, can you elaborate that one, that condition? What condition do we need to check? Okay, so basically what is happening here is that, for example, even if I give has duplicates 1, okay, so what will happen is that uh, I will be 0 initially, j will also be 0, and L of 0 is equal to L of 0. Okay, so in that case also it will say true. So what should we do here is that there should be another condition if L of I is equal to L of j and I is not equal to j, then only we can say that we have found a duplicate. Because if the index are same only, we are iterating through all the index for both the elements. So even for L of 3, I equal to 3, j equal to 3, again in that case also it will say, yeah, we have found a duplicate. But basically they are same elements only. All right. So in that case, we have to keep I is not equal to j as another condition to do this. So in that case, it is becoming false. So this is totally fine. 1, comma 2, it is false. 1, comma 2, comma 1, it should give true. 1, comma 2, comma 2, that should also give true. Okay, so this is another thing. So let me tell another thing. Let's say this is the function and I told I'll not use I not equal to j here. Okay. Any other way to do this by changing the for loop or anything? I'm saying that I will use only one if condition. Okay. And within that, nothing else, like I not equal to j, no other condition. So any other way to come to the same solution by changing the for loop or changing the variables or anything? Yeah, Ishan, you are totally right here. Actually, we can just write instead of I for j in range 0 to L, I can write I plus 1 to L. So what will happen here is that, let's say I have some element like 1, 2, 3 maybe. So when I'm checking this one from element 0, I'll only compare this and this. For this element, only compare this. So I will obviously not find any duplicate because like else I'm checking with the letter element only. So index will not be conflicted anywhere. So even in that case, I think we'll get the correct option. 1 to 2 should be true, 1 to 1 should be true, and 1 to 3 should be false. Yeah. So if you have any doubts in this, please tell me. Otherwise, I'll go to the next previous question. Creating another list to store duplicates. Okay. And return true if there are. Yeah, that is also fine. But for storing the list, you need some memory. So that is extra, but yeah, but technically that is a correct solution. Okay, so let me go to the previous question. All right, so it is like is perfect number. So basically we have to check, we'll be given a number 100, 200 or something. We have to check what are the divisors of the number, okay, what are the factors, and we'll just have to add all the factors. If the factors is uh, like if the sum of the factor is equal to n, then we should return true, otherwise we should return false. So any doubt in this question, since some of you are asking? For which question you are asking? There is actually one number. This is not a list. N is a number, single number. You can do one thing, yeah, like you can append all the factors into a list and you can sum them. That is also fine. Okay, so if there is no doubt, then we'll go to the MCQs right now. Okay, so let me go to. Okay, so first let's consider this one. I am writing something like this import string, and within the string I am doing string dot ASCII characters. Okay, so what will be the size of this link? Size of symbols. Like let me do let's say len of symbols. What will be printed?
52.
Yeah, so in this case, let me copy paste here. Basically, in one point to note here is that uh, like small letter, lowercase and uppercase letters are different. Okay, so it will print 52 because like 26 for uppercase and 26 for lowercase. Yeah, see this is like small a to small z, then capital A to capital Z. And if we check length, it should be 52. All right. So next question. We have two random variables, and what are the properties? Like first option is they may or may not be equal. Second option is they will be always different. And C is they are
Yeah.
fixed. Any other options anyone wants to tell? Yeah, the answer is, I think, pretty straightforward. It is A, they may or may not be equal because it will give a value between 1 to 4, and it can return any integer between 1 to 4, but maybe both cases it can be 2, it can be 3. There is no guarantee it will be different. So they may or may not be equal. Okay, so now assume this. Let me just handle this one a little bit differently. So let me copy this code as well, the whole code from the beginning here. Let me copy it here, import string, and then this one. There are two positions, and also this one. Okay. So the question is that here you can see in this thing, symbols dot remove. So basically, what are we trying to do in this assignment? In this like coding question is that we have uh, some cards. Let me go to the problem actually. We have some cards, okay, and I want like card one and card two. We have 5 elements in each of the card. I want only one common element between card one and card two. Okay, only one. So it should not be less than one. Like it cannot be zero. It cannot be two, three, or anything. Only one card should be common between this and this. Okay. So this is the code. I'm showing you this code right now. I hope it is visible in big font. So the question is that like this part is the next part of this question. Okay. Like this part is the continuation of this code only. Now the question is that uh, why I'm using symbols.remove here. So I'll give a minute to like look at the code and then I'll show you the options. So basically in this code, we are trying to ensure that only one element is common between position and position two. So this will contain, I think, like card one will contain 5 elements between each of them is between A to Z and A to Z, capital A to Z and small a to Z. And same for card two. And all this, like all the coding, all this exception handling, all this to ensure that at any point, like at most one, like uh, exactly equal to one duplicates are there between this and this. If we match this and this, only one element is coming. So let me show you the options. Uh, okay, sorry, I will show the answer maybe. Okay, so which one is the correct option? I am using the symbols dot remove. And why is that? One is that to improve randomness or to reduce memory usage, to ensure that it will appear exactly one time, or to simplify the loop condition after this one. Which option is correct? Yeah, the answer here is pretty obvious. Answer here is option C. That I'm choosing one element here, right? So I want to make sure that in whenever I'm sampling later on, I am not sampling the same single symbol again by mistake. Because see, the workflow is that initially I am choosing two position. Okay, one position is for card one, another position is for card two, and let's say this position is second element and this position is third element. So what I'm doing is that I am choosing a random string or random letter, and I am assigning that random letter to the to the card. Like card one of position one, like second position in card one, I'll give it maybe Z, and third position in card two also I'll give Z, and then I'll ensure that I'm not like using Z ever again in this like rest of the program. All right, so this is the solution. So we are removing that to ensure that by mistake or by randomness, we are not sampling Z again, because in that case, like number of common elements will be greater than, like more than one. Okay, so then after that, we are doing one thing, that if position one is equal to position two. So let me also copy this here, otherwise it will be not visible. Let me copy this code here. I think it will be more better for you. And it is also part of the else part. The question is that all right. So question is that, like there is position one equal to position two. What does it do? This condition. So in this case, what are you doing is that basically, let me explain this part, that we are choosing a random two random index where we'll give the first symbol, which is the common. So yeah, now let me remove this part. Okay, so correct option here is okay. So basically,
B.
what yeah, the correct option here is B. So what is happening here is that like see, even in the else case, we are doing this, but suppose let's say position one is position two and it is also position two. All right. So in this case, what do we do is that like let's say card one is something like this, and card two is also something like this. So let's say there are five positions: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, suppose position one is 2 and position 2 is also 2. So in that case, let's say I'm choosing Z here. So Z and also here Z. All right. So if it is same symbol, like same index, then it is fine. I don't need to do anything at all. But if it is different symbol, okay, if it is different symbol, let's say Z is here, but here in this case it is there. Okay. So in that case, how do we have to do? I have already assigned this one. I have already assigned a Z here, but for card 2, this place is empty. So what we are doing here is that uh, in case of one element has been assigned at index 2 for one card, in another card also we are randomly sampling something and we are assigning something here. Similarly for here, since Z is already available here, we will assign something here. Okay, so that is it. So basically, for if both the positions are same, we don't need to follow all these steps. So that is why this special condition is there. Like if position one is position two, then we don't need to worry about anything like that. Okay, so then next question. Sorry. Let me also copy this one. So this part comes after this, I equal to 0. And fill card means like just, symbol one dot random, symbol two dot random, things like that only. Okay. So the question is that here, let's say, this is the question. how many loop iterations actually fill, like let's say I have filled this part, okay? I have filled this part. This code has already been executed. So till now it has already executed. Okay. And now you are coming to this position, like if I not equal to position 1 and I not equal to position 2. Okay. So how many times this part will get executed? So there are total 5 elements.
Answer was 4.
Okay. Any other answer? Let me also write this inside the if statement. Okay, so let me try to execute this. Okay, let I have to also copy some other things. So you see, it is only going 3 times. It's not 4. So why is that? Options are this. So note here is the AND condition. Okay. So let's say initially the position is 2. Okay. And like initially, let's say position is equal to 2. Position 1 is 2 and position 2 is 3. Okay. So this part, it will only go inside this loop when, like, let's say I equal to 0. Okay. So I is not equal to position and I is not equal to position 2. So it will go. I equal to 1, it will again go. I equal to 2, I is not equal to position 1. So this become false. Okay. And since in AND condition, even if one side is false, then it is false. So for I equal to 2, it will not go inside. For I equal to 3 as well, it will not go inside. Okay. So in that case, the correct option is 3. Like in 2 cases, it will not go. Even for position 1, it will not go inside. Even for position 2, it will not go inside. Okay. So the correct option is 3 here. Next question. This is part of the code. So in this loop, what will happen if we don't remove the symbol? Actually, I think we have already discussed this. If we don't remove, then there will be some like duplicate symbols, some multiple common symbols may appear because we cannot enforce that only one symbol will be common. So then let me skip to the next question because we have already discussed it. Okay, so next question, like suppose, uh, like what is happening here is that like issue that I'm also copying this one. Okay, so all right. Now the question is that suppose at this point I'm printing the card 1. I'm also printing the card 2. All right. So suppose okay, here also you have to not position one actually. You have to give SIM card one of I and card two of I as well. Okay, so suppose this is the card one, this is the card two. Okay, uh, and after this point, I'm asking the user that see these two other cards. Can you spot what is the common symbol? And suppose I'm writing this here that you are seeing this kind of card. What will be the common symbol? And what can be the issues actually? Most common issues, if we ask the user to write it. Okay, I'll come to the question number 5 after this question. Okay, I got option A, option C. C. If I
C, sir.
yeah, right. So the correct option here is option C because C other options are totally it until doesn't really make sense because if I enter the input quickly or lately, it doesn't really matter. Uh, if we do with correct spacing, it will not cause an issue. If I write it after some time, that is also not an issue. But let's say in this code, maybe you are asking the user and user is unpredictable, right? So instead of if capital F, I can give small f. Okay, or maybe like S is common here. So the user can give capital S. So in that case, it will be wrong. Okay, so let me go to the question 5 quickly, then I'll come to this problem. Okay, so let me explain this in this code. So basically what is happening here is that first condition here is that I'm mentioning that position 1 is not equal to position 2. Okay, so this is one condition that we know. Then the question is that this part has been executed, right? So that means position 1 is not equal to position 2. That means this part did not execute. We came to this part, right? That means in two places, in two index, we have already allocated some symbol, right? So when we come to this while loop, and when we come to if I not equal to position 1, so let's say, for example, this is position 2 and this is position 3 initially. Okay, and we have allocated some symbol for position 2, position 3 for both the cards. Okay. Now, when I'm coming here, I is equal to 0 initially. If I not equal to position 1, so 0 is not equal to 2. So this part is true. 0 is also not equal to 3. So let me just try to print it actually. Let me hard code this too. Let's say position 1 is 2, position 2 is 3. Now what will happen? Let me print it here. If print I equal to I, then position 1 is not equal to position 2. It is then next is sorry, I not equal to position 1. I not equal to position 1. This is one condition. And another condition is that I is not equal to position 2. All right, so let me print that. It will be more clear from here. Let me remove this distraction here. So you see, what is happening here is that at I equal to 0, I'm checking if I is not equal to position 1, okay, which is 2. Okay, so this part is true, this part is true. So true and true, it will go inside this if statement. Similarly, here true and true, it will go inside this if statement. But here it is false and true. But in case of AND, what happens? Only when both of them are true, then only it will go. Otherwise it will not go. So it will not go inside this if loop. Okay, in this case. Similarly, for this case, true and false, what will happen? It will also become false, like true and false is false, so it will not go inside the if statement. Finally, again, it is true and true, so it will go inside this if statement. So one, two, three of them will go inside. So even if you change the numbers, like let's say, for example, 1 and maybe 4, doesn't matter, it will be like that only. So like true will be this, like the positions will change in the for loop, but ultimately only three of them will go inside this if condition. Is it clear? No, everything in here is in the same block only. It is quite long code. So that is why it has been separated. Okay, then let me go to the next question. Okay, so okay, let me just skip this. It is very easy only that it just makes sure that both the cards has exactly one symbol. Okay, so then let me come to not about this question, a totally different question. What will be printed here? Like this is kind of list copy operations, which I discussed at the beginning. So let me come into that. So B equal to A, which is assignment operation. So in this case, I am appending 40 to B and then I am printing A. So what will happen? What will be the output? Okay, so I think all of you are right. So basically, uh, since uh, B is getting copied to A, like A is getting copied to B, but they share the same structure only, like just like I have shown it here. Uh, here. So even though if B is equal to A, they just share the same thing only, like same list. Everything is shared except the variable name. So basically, whatever changes you make, it will get reflected to other list as well. So you see, 40 is also getting appended, like even if you print A, it will show 40. Okay, so next question. Okay, so instead of A equal to like B equal to A, we are coming here 1, 2, 3. Then I am saying A dot copy. So this is like shallow copy, not deep copy, not even assignment. And then I'm doing B of 0 equal to 19. So what will happen here? Okay, C, B, any other option? So here, the correct option here is C, not a B, because let me just show you. Uh, Let me just draw it again. It is like, let's say in this memory, we have 1, 2, 3. Again, this is not part of the exams, but I'm showing you so that it is more intuitive how it works. 1, 2, 3 maybe. And this is the kind of that list. It kind of points something like this. Right? So when you have a simple copy, not deep copy, uh, it will be like okay, and see this is maybe a copy. So this is A, this is B equal to A dot copy, COPY. Okay, so what happens is that initially it was pointing, again it will also point to the same thing only initially. Okay, but if you do assignment like element assignment, maybe A of 0 equal to 99. If it is primitive type, if it is like number, like floating point number, integer, or some string, it will allocate some other memory. Here it will print 99, and it will point this to here. Okay. So if you print B, it will print 99, 1, 3. But if you print A, it will still print 1, 2, 3. So let me print B as well, print A and print B. Let me copy this thing. Print A and print B. So B should give 99, 2, 3, but A is giving 1, 2, 3. All right, so let me go to the next question. Now we are not dealing with primitive. We are dealing for a list within a list. So what will happen here? Again, it is a shallow copy, A dot copy we are using. Yeah, B is equal to A dot copy. Okay, so I hope all of you are doing this without executing your code, because in the exam you might be asked this kind of questions and you will have nothing to execute these things. Sure, you can ask Sivansh. Yeah, I have allowed a microphone.
Hello, sir. How are you doing today?
Hello.
Sir, we
Hello.
wanted the question. We wanted the answer for question number 8. Can you
Question
please
number
explain?
8.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll go after this question.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure. Okay, so in this case, let me again. So one thing to note here is that this is not primitive. Like, see, if I go to the diagram here, it is like list within a list. So basically, this B of 0 is a list which is 1, 2, and I am changing a thing within the list. Okay, so if I just do like this, like let's say if I do 7, it is primitive. Okay, so it will, sorry, not this. Suppose B of 0 is 99, so it is like it is primitive data type. it is within this part only, not within the list. So it will just show that only. But in this case, what is happening here is that I am going inside this object. Okay. So if you remember from this diagram, when we do deep copy, it kind of points to the list only, like the elements only. So instead of the 1, 2, 3, we have a list here. Okay. So let's say one list here, another list here. Okay. Another list here. So what will happen is that what I'm saying that go to the 0th element, which is here. Within that, go to the first element, which is here. And now you make the changes. What are the changes? You make it 99. 99. So if you remember, if I did b of 0, what happened? We created new primitive type and we just pointed to that. But now what I'm doing is that I am saying that uh, go to that first index, okay, and within that first index modify the second element, okay. So now what will happen, whatever modification I make here, it will get reflected in A as well, because A is pointing to the same thing. Okay? So print A, print B. So second element of the first list, I'm changing it to 99. So even in the A, both A and B, it will stay 99 only. Okay. So 1,99, 3,4 for both the list. Okay. So then let me go to the question. I think question 8 or 7. Question 7, right?
Question number
Okay.
8. Question number 8.
Okay. Question number 8. So it is quite similar to the one of the previous question that I discussed. So uh, like because in the code, like you see that after every few statement, like we are removing it, right? So we are selecting a symbol and we are removing that symbol from from the list of available symbols. So what is the guarantee that we can give after we have run this program? So this program, what is the guarantee that we can give after running this program? So alphabet a symbol appears in alphabetical order. We cannot really guarantee that at all because we are selecting everything randomly. So it doesn't matter. It will come randomly only. Both cards are mirror images. That also you cannot say, like, because you see, we are selecting everything randomly. They cannot be no mirror image. Like we cannot guarantee that. Cards share no symbol. That is entirely false because see at the beginning only I am assigning that at least one symbol must be shared here. Here only I'm seeing that at least one element should be shared. So third statement is totally false. So, but if you look at the whole thing, uh, we are selecting a common symbol at the beginning, but every statement after that, uh, we are ensuring that none of the symbols are getting repeated. So yeah, this we can guarantee that those the cards has exactly one symbol. All right. Okay, so let me go to these questions. Question 11, I think we have done. Question 12. Okay, so this is also shallow copy only, but we are assigning a list here. Okay, so what will happen? A is 5, 6, so 2D array, 5, 6, and 7, 8 are the two rows. And I am doing a shallow copy. Then I am modifying the B of 1, like second element of B. Okay, multiple B answers, some C as well. Okay. So the correct option here is B. Let me execute this first, then I'll explain. Okay, so what is happening here is that see, let me also draw this. A is basically two element. Okay, A is basically two element. Okay, and within each two element we have another list of two. Okay, and this is point to this. Not total this one. And this is point to this. This is A and B equal to copy of A. That is also initially this will point to the same thing only, right? So it will point to this and this will point to this. Now what I'm saying is that in the previous example, what did you do? In the previous example, I told like go to this element, okay, within that element, go inside that element and then change something. Okay, so that is why it got changed. But here I am saying that like B of one, okay, B of I think it was one, right? Yeah, B of one. So I am saying B of one, which is this one. So I am saying change this to 1 comma on. Okay, so I'm not saying that go inside this elements, change this to 1, change this to 1. Sorry, these are 0, 0. So I'm not saying that go inside this element, change this to 0, change this to 0. I'm saying that like this should point to 0, comma 0. So what it will do is that it will just create another one. Okay, and it will write a 0, comma 0 here, and it will just point it to this. Okay, so if we try to print EA, it will still remain the same, which is 5, 6, 7, 8. So one thing to only point you need to note here is that if it is element of this array, so B of 1, B of 0, B of 20, whatever, in that case, it will new element will get assigned, okay, and this will not get reflected in the previous element. But if I do B of 1, comma 0, B of 1, comma 5, B of 0, comma 10, in that case, we are going into that element, like B of 0 is this element and B of 0, comma 10 is this element. 0, comma 1 is 0, comma 0 is this element. So I'm changing here. So in case of like there is to the thing, then you can assume that it is going to be reflected in A as well. All right. So the correct option here is 5, 6, 7, 8. The change 0, comma 0, it will not get reflected here. All right, so then let me go to the next question. All right, so just what I discussed right now, how it will be the output of this program. Okay, the answers are A and D. All right, so basically here, the difference between the previous question and this question is that in the previous question, I am not doing any slicing. I'm changing the like value itself, right? Element of the list. Here I am changing one element within an element. In that case, uh, like just like this previous diagram, in that case, what I'm saying is that uh, what is index? Sorry, index here is 1 comma 0. So I am saying, suppose this is got, let me say I'm counting this one. Right. So let's assume this is the thing. Now what I'm saying is that I go into the first element. So if I do b of 1, so this will get replaced. Okay. But I'm seeing b of 1, then within that 0. So this one will get changed. This one. So in that case, what will happen? The changes will get reflected to the A as well because A is pointing to the same thing. So let me just print it. Yeah. So see the change, it has been reflected to uh, there as well. So D is the correct option. All right. Next question. So now it is deep copy. So uh, what will be the answer here? Okay. Many of you are saying C. Some of you are saying A. Okay, so the thing here is that in deep copy, everything has a separate copy. Okay, so if an, for example, in deep copy, all this part, okay, this from this to this, everything here will get copied. So when you do deep copy, it is like another copy. Everything is different. So whatever changes you make here, it will not get reflected here. Totally different things. So in this case, the correct option is option C. All right, so this is the last question. It combines multiple uh, type of copies. So please try to answer this one. Take your time. So any way to simplify this problem? Anything I can remove to make it less complicated? Okay, so anything to make it less complicated? Any suggestions? Can I remove some of the statements? So note one thing that in case of deep copy, everything that we do in deep copy, it will not get reflected to anything else, right? So in that case, let me just copy this one. In that case, what can you do is that, like ultimately what do we want? We just want A only, right? So whatever changes we are making here, doesn't matter what like it will not get reflected to A at all. So I can just remove this too. Okay. Now it has been simplified. So try it again. So see, this is 10, comma 2, 3, comma 20. Even if I remove this, 10, comma 2, 3, comma 20. So those two has no effect in the question. Now the question is that suppose what will happen here. So basically B is equal to A and C is equal to A dot copy. So this is assignment and this is shallow copy. But from the previous example, what I have seen that if it is assignment, then everything will get changed. If it is C, like if it is copy, like shallow copy, in that case, like if we try to change the element, then it is fine. It will get changed. It will not get reflected. But if we try to change element within an element, in that case, it will get reflected. Okay. So B 0, comma 0. Okay. So this is straightforward. Everything will get changed. So fine. So it will become like B will become B is equal to, let me just write it like this. Now, if I do B of B 0, comma 0 is 10. So since A is also pointing to the same thing, it will also become 10. Like it is like that is same object only, right? It is pointed by different like different list, but ultimately they are the same object. They are pointing to the same thing. Both of them are 10. Now C 1, comma 1. So in that case, what happens is that it is shallow copy, right? And I am changing element within an element. In that case, it will get reflected. So 1, comma 1 is 20. So this one will also get reflected. So 10, comma 2 and 3, comma 20 is the answer. All right. So any doubts so far? Otherwise, this is last question actually. Otherwise, I can end the session. All right. So if you don't have any questions, I'll end the session here. Okay. So what is this? SciPy import pstats. What is this? Okay. Let me explain this question again. This one. So first point is that I hope you understood that like in deep copy, everything is copied. Okay. So like, okay, let me unmute. Okay, I have unmuted you. You can like you can talk. Hello. I have allowed your microphone. So first thing to note here is that yeah, I have unmuted you. Like I have actually enabled your microphone. You need to unmute yourself before talking. Okay, so basically, D here is redundant. Any changes we make in the D, it will not get reflected. So you can discard those. Then after that, see, B is equal to A. That is an assignment operation. So any changes that we make in B, that will get reflected in A as well. So B of 0, comma 0 is 10. So if we print A here, print A, let's forget about this now. So this will print 10, comma 2. Sorry. Not this. 1, comma 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. These are the initial elements, right? So forget about A dot like C part now. Even if we consider B, any changes that we make inside B, it will get reflected here. Okay, so B of 0, comma 0 is 10. So it is getting reflected. So now this is the new A. Now I'm saying C of 1, comma 1. So C is a shallow copy, right? And if I change an element within an element, so this is the element of an C, but I am changing element within an element. So list within a list. In that case, any changes that we make here will also get reflected. Okay. So C of 1, comma 1. In that case, if we print A here again, this change will also get reflected. So it will be like 10, comma 2 and 3, comma 20. The external libraries are not allowed actually in the NPTEL. Like they have disabled it. You cannot use that actually. All right. If there is no other doubts, you can leave the meeting. I will end the session. Thank you everyone for joining the session. Yeah, if you are using PyCharm, then it is fine. But in NPTEL, like they have some restrictions actually. Like they don't allow all kind of programs, like all kind of libraries. Okay, you can just like install SciPy. Pip install is SciPy you can do, and that will help. Yeah. Install SciPy. Pip install SciPy. All right. So let me end the session here. Thank you.